What?
So people can...
No, it's fucking not locked.
Language.
Yeah.
It's not locked.
I don't know. Whatever. Screw that. I wish we could just hold it. I'm a little early.
Coming early.
Stop. There's people. Let me pull up.
Classic.
I'm gonna pull up the questions. Hello.
Hello. That is a UPS truck making that noise. It is hauling ass.
Here goes Bo.
God, my dog's tough. There it goes. No, I'm chasing the UPS man.
Ooh, someone's in Greece.
Hello. Look, here's our puppies.
Oh, here's the comments. Nice. Okay. Baby there. All right, let me message the little group and say we're live.
Okay.
Okay.
Medina. That's
Medina,
close,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's close.
I know where Medina is. I'm not even from there.
Oh, look at my poor puppies.
Aw, doggies.
Do you want to hold them?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe they'll stay close. Come on, guys.
All right, I'm bringing up Andrea's questions because she wrote a whole big long thing. Oh.
Can you guys stay here?
Hey, Brittany. Baby, there is.
Oh, man, my back. Oh. 24
oh
is the
gosh.
back of a 60-year-old.
I don't know where Andrea's comments went. It
That's
might be on my original post, actually. Anyways, hey guys, welcome to me and Hayden's first ever
Q&A.
Yeah, without holding back. Q&A where we don't have anything to be afraid of, really, sort of, kind of. I mean, we're still under contract, but we're not going to, like, go out of our ways to break the law.
Sure.
We are going to let you guys in on some good stuff. Let me find these questions. Oh, here we go. Found them! Okay. Let's see.
Sorry if I keep turning my head away. We've got 3 dogs in the front yard I have to supervise, so I will do my best to keep my attention this way.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Jeez, babe. Alright, so yeah, there was a lot of Are You the One bullshit. But let's start from the first couple episodes and on. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning of the show super quickly and work our way to the end. So obviously at first, he was my mom's pick. Woohoo!
Thanks, Mom.
Mom's pick, and I at first was like, I don't want Hayden. I don't want a guy from Indiana because I'm used to dating like country guys, and
Not even country.
But here's the thing. So
You just threw this stereotype on me right when you met me.
I did. I threw the stereotype on Hayden because I used to live in California for 2 years, and I literally like dumped one of my boyfriends from Ohio and moved to California just like that. I was like, I don't want to date another Ohio guy or Midwestern guy ever again. I'm going to go to LA and meet all these new guys. Guess what? That didn't work out too well. I was single for 2 years. So I went on Are You the One? And then, of course, the first guy I go on a date with is from Indiana. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. This is exactly what I didn't want going on this show.
Sorry.
But obviously I was like, ooh, I have my eyes on someone else. And let's see. So the first episode, I was not very nice to him.
You were kind of an asshole.
I was kind of an asshole. Yeah, I was. And, how to put it, like, so yeah, Hayden was treating me like a nice gentleman should. And I was kind of ignoring it because obviously he was just not my first pick.
You were being a typical girl.
Okay, yeah, a typical girl, but also...
And shooing away the nice guys.
Yeah, like, the nice guys knock on my door and I'm like, I want the bad one. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a dating show, so I was just like, I got my... There's a lot wrong with that, but I was keeping my options open.
Mm-hmm.
So then by episode 2, let's see. So me and Hayden went on a date, and obviously it was a no match, and I went after Michael. And let's see, that lasted for about a day because
More than that. What?
I mean, the initial, like, oh, I'm really into him because he seems like he could be the guy for me. He could be my perfect match. And then he was treating me really mean. He was like, oh, you liked Hayden. I was like, yeah, so it's a dating show. And, no, I was like, I put my heart out for Hayden a little bit, but it didn't work out. We're not on a match. And he wasn't taking that for shit and made me feel really crappy about it. And I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. I'll find out that maybe we're a match, maybe we're not. It's okay, whatever. Obviously the second episode, second episode, obviously we blacked out, and, also the second episode, there was a huge fight between me and Michael that never aired, and he was just saying really mean things, like, he called me a slut for kissing Hayden, and I was just like, oh, I didn't know kissing meant that I'm a slut, and then we got in this huge argument, and then we, obviously, episode 1, I didn't pick him for the matchup ceremony, and the whole house, like, freaked out. They're like, why didn't you pick Michael? Why'd you pick Ozzy? You like Michael. Pick him for like, you're gonna ruin this whole show for us. And I was like, he was being mean to me. I didn't want to pick him. So, episode 2, I was his third choice. It went down as third choice. And so we sat together, and I was like, whatever. Then we blacked out, and then, like, after we blacked out, I got to a point where I was just like, oh my god, I've been here for 6 days, and I went through all this drama just to not be a match with this douchebag. I was like, I literally fucked over Hayden, who was really nice to me. I fucked him over big time, and I put my whole heart out there for this dude who could not care less. And so after the blackout, I was, like, bawling my eyes out, not over the guy, not over Michael. I was just bawling my eyes out because I was so disappointed in myself. And guess who came around with the shoulder to cry on?
That was me. The nice one. That was me.
That was him.
I did that.
So after the blackout, I was feeling like a piece of poop, hating myself, going, I'm such an idiot. And Hayden was like, it's okay. I'm still here for you, even though the house hates you. And I was like, oh my god. Maybe the country guy is the nice guy.
Not country.
So after, it was that moment where we kind of, like, I myself was like, you know, Hayden's not my match, but he's the only one in the house, like, after that whole situation, who was still there for me, because everybody else in the house was obviously still having their own drama, but no one really gave a shit. Like, no one really cares that much, especially since none of us really knew each other that well at that point. So, so anyways, yeah, so that was, like, episode 2, episode 3. So episode 3 is actually when me and Hayden, we spent all day together. We spent all day, like 2 days in a row, even the challenge, like, I forget what challenge it was, but I remember we literally just blew it off. We blew off the challenge, and we're, like, just talking to each other the whole time. Obviously, everyone else is getting mad. Ooh, fun fact, at that point, hi, Sophia, at that point in episode 3, someone else had a crush on Hayden.
Who?
Who cried over you, Hayden?
Episode 3?
I mean, it was, like, in between 2 and 3.
Cried over me?
Yes.
I don't remember. Who?
Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Shannon. No, it was not Carolina at that point. They introduced Carolina episode 3.
Yeah, me and Shannon,
Yeah.
we kind of, like...
It was Shannon.
And this is not throwing any shade at all towards her.
No, we love
At
Shannon.
all. But me and her, like, we talked a little here and there. That's one thing that never aired. But for me, I don't know, and again, it's nothing against her, I just didn't see the similarities there and things like that, so that did not blossom into anything at all.
Yeah, she actually there was a point at the challenge, I was blowing it off with Hayden, and she was getting really frustrated because she wanted to get to know Hayden, and I was, like, taking all that time, and she was actually, like, she cried to Hayden, then she cried to me, and I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I didn't know it was getting this fucking serious. But, no, she got over that quickly, because then, like, at that point, obviously, Tyler and Tyler...
I'll be back,
no.
guys. My dog's going towards the street.
Go get him. at that point, Tyler and Taylor were still together, so Shannon wasn't introduced at that point. And that's why it was really confusing when they were airing the show, that they introduced Carolina and Hayden's relationship episode 3, which was really super crazy because it was like Hayden had Shannon crying over him episode 3. Like, it was just, they introduced it so that they could have a, storyline to build off for the rest of the show, but it was just funny because it's like so much happened and there was so much going on that they skipped over, and we were like, oh, this is interesting. Because also episode 3, what'd we do?
We had sex.
Also episode 3, they didn't air it till episode 4? Did they? Or 5? No, 5.
4.
Oh, they did 4? The beginning of episode 3, we went to the Boom Boom Room. And they didn't air that until episode 4, which was weird, because that's, a whole 3 more days later. Maybe 6 days later. But yeah, so that's how early me and him started having our relationship. And they didn't show any of that also. They, did not show any of our, we spent all days together.
Got in trouble.
Well, we'll get to that. Episode 5 is where, we've had to be silent about. But now that Hayden has his money and, I mean, we could get a warning maybe, but, we're going to let you guys in on some details that we're not supposed to talk about.
You can speak, not me.
Yeah, I'll talk because
That's
whatever.
my money.
You have it, babe. There's nothing they can do right now.
Okay.
Hopefully. I don't know.
Sued right back.
Anyways, so episode 3 went to the Boom Boom Room. Episode 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4 is when we had the biggest relationship. We had the biggest relationship of the whole house at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor and Tyler were in a relationship sort of as well, but theirs was, obviously Shannon kind of got involved in that. So me and Hayden were actually, really, really secluded from everybody. We didn't really talk to everybody. It wasn't, I think that was even when they had one of those episodes where they had me, telling on Tyler for saying something to Shannon. And that was interesting too, because that was edited weirdly, because it was episode 4 where Tyler was in a bedroom and he was talking to me and Hayden. And he tells me and Hayden, oh yeah, I just want to play every guy in the house, or every girl in the house, blah blah blah. I kind of just want to bang Shannon, but Taylor's gonna be mad and I want to be the bad guy, blah blah blah. And he told me and Hayden this, and it was just me and Hayden there. And we were sitting there, he walked away, and we were looking at each other should we tell someone about this or just, let it go? And Hayden's not into drama, so Hayden told me, he's don't tell anyone. Who cares? Don't get into drama, just stop. And I was I really want to tell, at that point, I wanted to tell Shannon because I was, I knew Shannon before the show. I'm not supposed to say that either, but I did know Shannon before the show, so I kind of wanted to have her back on the show. So when that happened, obviously Tyler was still dating Taylor, but at that point the girl back that I had at that point was Shannon. So I was I sat on it for 2 days because Hayden didn't want to say anything. But I was sitting there I really want to tell Shannon. I feel like if the tables were switched, if Shannon had overheard Hayden saying something, Shannon would tell me. Hey. So I sat on it for 2 days, and then 2 days me and Hayden and Hannah all confronted Tyler. But
I didn't confront anyone, I was just there.
You were there. But something happened in episode 5 where between me and Hayden that they ended up cutting all of that out completely, and they made it seem like I overheard Tyler, and then it made me somehow that I told Shannon, but they had me all by myself, which was really strange because Hayden was there, but after episode 2 they did not show me and Hayden's relationship at all because of what happened in episode 5. So what happened in episode 5?
Huh?
So what happened in episode 5? This is the juicy part that we have not said anything about. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put a full disclosure out here. I may be telling the truth. I may be lying. That's for, I'm gonna say that for my own safety. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe this isn't true. Don't sue me. So Hayden doesn't have to say anything. I'll say it. Because at this point, I don't think they'd ever cast me again for another show because of all the trouble I caused, and they caused with me. Episode 5, we had a break in filming. It's where we took all the cast photos, and we had a day where all the cameras were gone. We got to do whatever we wanted. Obviously, it was a little after all the house was still on our backs, like saying like, oh, Hayden and Gianna, you guys can't be together, blah, blah, blah. And it was also, Carolina was a little bit in the picture at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carolina was a little bit, like, she was trying to pursue Hayden, and at that point I was still telling her, like, I mean, you can pursue him, but I'm still pursuing him too, so I don't know what you want to do about it, and we were getting in fights about it. So what happened is after that, like during that day where the cameras were off, we got to do whatever we wanted, and me and Hayden, again, spent the whole day together. As you see in our cast photo, we're together, so that, I mean, even lines up with the story. In the whole cast photo, me and Hayden were together because we literally spent the whole day together. After that day, I think we were still filming, the next day we were filming. What happened is they pulled me and Hayden into a separate room. It was me, Hayden, and the 3 main producers. We were, oh, go again. You don't want me to say it? Ooh. Okay, well, Hayden doesn't want me to say it, so I'm going to water it down. Basically, there was a certain scene that they... How do I say... Ooh, Hayden doesn't want me to say it.
I'm not getting sued.
He doesn't want me... Alright, I'm going to water it down. Super, super simple. After episode 5, there's a reason why me and Hayden had no longer could make contact with each other. After that, we were no longer allowed to talk one-on-one. I wasn't allowed to have a private conversation with him ever again after that point until the show ended. And there's a certain scene, I'm not going to say which one that was aired, but it was a certain type of breakup scene that would not have happened if that situation did not occur. So anyways, after that, that certain situation happened, and we're moving on. After that is episode 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After episode 6 and 7, let's see, what day did you go to the honeymoon suite? Episode 8?
Yes.
What day did I have my crazy thing where they cut me off alcohol? 7? Okay, so after that, I like kind of went on a downward spiral. I was like, fuck this, I hate everyone here, fuck my life. And obviously I was going on a little like, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna make out with who I want and when I want. And I went on a little hoe phase there. And then it ended up, there's another thing that didn't air. Like, I got in a huge fight with Mikey C from Staten Island. And we got in this huge fight because it's literally, like, after that, obviously, you guys, I was literally drunk off my ass. Drunk the whole time. I was like, the person I really like can't be mine right now, so I'm just gonna get drunk and wait for the show to be over. And I got really super drunk one night, got in a huge fight with Mikey C from Staten Island over some stupid shit. And after that, it was me, Mikey C, and I think Tierney was a day after, but me and him actually got banned from alcohol from this huge fight we had that they didn't air, and they're not going to air ever. But we got in this huge fight, and then that was like the worst thing to happen because, like, everything, like, it was just, I didn't have a way to handle myself without drinking alcohol. Now, I mean, like, I don't even, it was just so weird. Like, after that, I was cut off alcohol, and I was literally, like, we were the 2 sober people in the house. We had to watch everybody get drunk, and we couldn't get drunk, so we were, like, the bitchiest people in the house. So, like, after that, you see, like, all of my interviews, I get so bitchy. I'm, like, in a huge bad mood, and, like, after episode 5, me and Hayden kind of stopped watching the show anyways. Like, we stopped watching all the episodes from start to finish. It was just like, because we knew we just went through bullshit, and that we didn't really want to see it. And I didn't want to see that because I didn't want to see myself, like, kind of lose control with alcohol. And then I did, and then I got cut off, and then, you know, everything happened. So at the very end, when we stopped filming, when all the beams obviously it didn't go up to 11, and they were like, you lost. And everybody started crying. That's when, if anyone saw the Are You the One special, if you guys saw this special, you would see that Hayden had gotten up and I walked over to Hayden. And at that point, that was when we were like, well, I guess filming's over, so we can be together now. And with that situation, we were not allowed to talk about it in the house, obviously. We weren't allowed to tell, like, we weren't, like, you know, a certain person, like Hayden obviously went on to pursue another relationship. And we weren't allowed to talk about what had happened with us or our relationship at all. So it wasn't until after that where we kind of had to, like, explain to Carolina and explain to other people, like, yeah, like, this kind of happened. I'm sorry for what it is. Like, you went through a really bad time, but I went through a really bad time too. And you can talk about yours, I can't. And it was kind of like this situation where we all did agree on it. After a few days after filming, we were all like, let's just stop talking about it, let it go, it's the past, whatever. And that was the page we were on when we left the Dominican Republic. And then after that is a whole nother story. After that, social media came along, and me and Hayden were like, all right, I guess everything we talked about in the Dominican means nothing. And if you want to go on a social media war with us, then have at it. Go ahead, be angry. We're just going to sit back and have a relationship and build our lives. And that is what we did. Hayden went on to Second Chances. Obviously, you know, you leave the Dominican Republic on one page, and Carolina decided that she didn't want to stay on that page after we left, and she brought that into Australia.
Don't mind me.
Hayden ended up stealing because it was just a lot of drama and pressure to be in that position, because, I mean, it's tough when, you know, like, she can see it how she wants to see it, but we can see it how we saw it in the house. And if she doesn't want to, like, it was just she didn't want to see our side and expected us to see hers and not worry about ours when there's two sides to every story. But, you know, it is what it is. Hayden stole the money. A lot of people were angry about it, but I mean, in our situation, I do really think that was the best thing he could have done. Fun fact, you weren't going to go in there and steal. Tell them about your steal.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, man, where do we start in Australia? You know,
Yes, he did tell her. Go on with that.
So originally, I literally did not plan to steal the money until the actual, until we were up on stage, making our choices. And like I said, we'd filmed Are You the One and then Second Chances back to back. So I was home for like 2 days between Are You the One and then Second Chances. So we'd been in Australia for like 3 weeks, and I was exhausted because it'd be non-stop, camera in your face, filming, blah blah blah, for at that point nearly damn near 60 days straight. So that's the thing, like, behind the scenes, reality TV takes a huge toll on you physically and mentally. Like, from the day we started filming in the Dominican Republic to the end of Australia, I'd lost about 20 pounds. We didn't have time to really work out regularly, things like that. And there's always constantly alcohol in front of you, so you're like, well, let's just get drunk all the time instead of work out. Anywho, so I had reached such a point of exhaustion, I straight up told Caroline, I said, I'm sick of being here, I don't care for any more TV. If we get voted in, steal the money so I can go home. And she's like, okay. Like, I was ready, like, I was dying to leave.
And she said okay. She was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll steal.
And so, and then I also told her, I said, if it reaches a point where I feel like you're not going to steal the money out of any, I don't
Hesitation.
know, pride or hesitation, something like that, I said, I'll steal it myself so I can go home.
So let's repeat what you just said. You literally told her if you saw that she hesitated at all, that you would press steal.
Yeah. If she hesitated, then I was going to steal the money myself. So we got up there, we got voted in, and while we were up there, I could just tell that she was not ready to leave, which somewhat isn't fair to her that I wanted to leave and she didn't. I get it. But at the same time, at the end of the day, any person in their situations are taking care of themselves. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to look out for yourself. You're going to do what's best for you. You may hurt some feelings on the way. Life goes on. I'm sorry. Anywho, so we're up on the stage, and it's like, I just got this vibe. I'm like, I don't think she's going to steal the money. So I pressed the steal button. A huge part of me thought it was going to be a double steal. But regardless, it meant we were going to go home. I was going to get to go home and relax and get back to a normal routine.
So, Hayden, you pressed steal, not to steal.
I pressed steal expecting a double steal. I pressed it expecting a double steal. Like,
and
part of me...
Who told you behind the scenes to do that?
What?
Behind the scenes, who was like, yo, we want a double steal. You should just do it. You should just do it.
Was it Devin?
Yeah, you told me.
Oh, yeah. Devin was dying to see a double steal. So...
I thought it'd be funny.
Everyone saw me and Devin clash the very first episode, but Devin was honestly my favorite person from the entire Second Chances cast. I would love to hang out with him for a weekend with just
Foamers.
Shit ton of beer. Foamers, to be exact.
Yeah.
But,
How differently do you think it would be, like, this is just, like, me throwing it out there. Suppose, you did go into that ceremony thinking, this is going to be the ceremony where I go home, whether it's Carolina steals or it's a double steal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, what did you think was the percentage of, like, what did you feel, like, percent-wise, the chance that you would steal all the money?
Once we got onto this stage, once we got voted in, so we knew we were up there for sure, it was either, like, it was 33% she steals, 33% double steal, 33% I just steal. So the 33% of her stealing or double stealing meant there was a 66% chance in my mind that I wasn't getting any money, period. So a lot more of me thought I wasn't leaving with money. I knew for sure I was going home, but about, I'd say, like I said, like 66% was I'm not leaving here with money, but I get to go home. So when we go up there and we reveal our choices, and hers shows share and mine shares steal, I kind of smirked like, oh, I just want money. It's like, I kind of feel bad, but I just want money. So I was seriously caught off guard. I thought there was no way in hell I was really leaving with money. And when that happened, I was just blown away. The entire cast was blown away. I think, honestly, most of the producers were blown away that it happened that way. And so...
I can't believe she pressed
As soon
share.
as we got back to... After that, like, we got eliminated, so we packed our bags. We had to go to a hotel before we got on our flights back home to America. And called her. I said, baby, I'll be home in, like, 18 hours, and we got a lot to talk about.
I was like, what did you do?
I said, I'll tell you when I get home.
No, and then I was like, no, fucking tell me now.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't tell anyone. It's part of my contract. I didn't tell you what happened.
Oh, you're lying. Oh, no, you're not lying. He didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you anything. I said, I'll tell you what happened when we got home. I'll
No.
leave it at that.
Meanwhile, I think the worst part for me was, after the very first episode, after the first, obviously Cass and Derek got eliminated first, and Cass came home, and Cass was like, oh my god, Gianna, this show is crazy, I have to tell you everything, and I'm so mad at Hayden. And I was like, why are you mad at Hayden? What did he do? And she was like, he shared the money with Carolina. He could have stole it, and he could have came home to you, but he didn't, and he kicked me off. And I was like, he did what? He shared money when he could have came home with money? And I was pissed. I was like, oh my god, Cass, I am so angry that he eliminated you so he could stay there for longer with Carolina. Oh my god, I was just so mad.
I didn't stay there with Carolina, I stayed there for...
Well, I'm the girlfriend at home, and I'm sitting there going, oh my god, she's talking him into trying to stay there and blah blah blah, and I'm sitting there having a heart attack. And then episode 4, Gio came home, and Gio messaged me on Twitter, and he was like, Gio, like, told me everything. He was telling me everything that was happening. He was like, oh, yeah, there's a point where, like, Hayden stood up for you here, and, like, blah, 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 blah. He got in a fight here. And so I pretty much knew everything that was leading up to Hayden's steal. because of Geo. Like, he told me everything, but then I got a random call from an Australia number, and I was like, boyfriend? Is this you? He's like, hey, babe, I'm coming home. I was like, oh, my God, what happened? Did you steal? And he was like, how do you know about that? And I was like, I have my ways. I'm just a crazy girlfriend.
A little bit.
Cause, let's see. Alrighty, how did your mom react when she found out you were still with the guy she picked? That was probably my favorite phone call. My favorite situation from all of the shows was landing back in the United States. We had a connecting flight in Miami. So we landed in Miami, and the first thing I did was call my mom because she didn't have an iPhone, so I couldn't text her in the Dominican. So I called her, and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm back in the States. She goes, are you bringing home a boyfriend? I was like, yep. She's like, oh, my God, who is it? I said, I'll give you one guess. And she was like, no way, oh, my God. I was like, yeah, I'm bringing him home. She was like, you're bringing Hayden, oh, my God. It was so funny. She was so excited. What did you tell your parents?
It's like, hi, Mom. It was really fun. You can meet my girlfriend really soon, and then I'm going to Australia in a few days.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Jesus Christ.
And then I'm going to Australia. Oh, yeah, I remember telling my mom.
Oh, I came home with a new tattoo. She was thrilled about that.
Oh, yeah, so was I. I was so thrilled about that tattoo.
Now I got a lot.
Oh, did his folks pick you? All right.
So the funny thing is, so
This is hilarious.
my parents, when the parents got to pick the dates, the producer asked them to pick 3 potential people.
Yeah, parents had to pick top 3. I'll tell you my top 3 after his top 3.
So in no particular order, I'm not gonna say.
You can say the order. I don't care.
I don't even remember the exact order.
I remember
Are
it.
you second?
Yeah.
Okay. So my top 3 picks were, my mom's number 1 pick was Carolina, so she picked my perfect match. So good job, Mom. Poor
I
job,
swear,
producers,
we're
for
switched.
picking my perfect match or
I'll
matchmaking
tell
experts.
my theory about the perfect match after this.
Anywho, so my mom's top 3 were Carolina, Gianna, and Catherine. Which, the funny thing is, I went on 3 dates on the show.
Yeah, you did.
And those 3 dates were with Carolina, Gianna, and Catherine. So my mom
picked all your
basically
dates.
picked and predicted my top 3 potentials.
That is so funny. I forgot about that. You did go on a date with all of your mom picks.
So moms really do know best because, I mean, her mom picked me.
Yeah, my mom's number 1 pick was Hayden. My mom's second pick was Michael, which is fucking ironic too. And then her third pick was Jalen.
Jalen and I are twins.
Yeah, everybody called Jalen the black Hayden,
They didn't-
and
I
Hayden
wish-
the white.
Me and
Jalen?
Jalen had a very
Yeah.
entertaining friendship behind the scenes that I wish they would have showed more of.
Yeah,
on
there
the
were so
show.
many funny scenes of Hayden and Jalen.
Jalen and I were
But they jaded Jalen.
2 entertainers. They did not show enough love to Jalen on
Yeah.
that. So.
Oh my God! Fun fact: I made out with Jalen. Not to like put it out there like, oh, I did.
Cool.
No, my mom did pick like. Did I? Well, nah. But no, there's just so much. Like, me and Jalen even had like a cool relationship going on because everybody was telling me, Gianna, since Hayden's not your match, it's probably Jalen. And I was like, yeah, I think it's Jalen too. And we had a lot of good conversations, me and him, and we spent a lot of time. Not a lot of time, like. We did put aside a few, like, moments and situations to just talk to each other one-on-one. God, this is bright. So I did have some good scenes with Jalen that they never aired, which is so surprising because, like, me and him, like, we had some cute scenes. So I was like, damn, Jalen could have had some airtime if they just gave, like, him a scene with me or something. Like, what the heck? Let's see, what other scenes, like... See, Hayden, you were better. You didn't really have too many, like, random scenes that could have been aired. I wish they showed this scene of you and me working out.
We didn't even work out.
There's this scene where I asked Hayden to teach me how to work out in the workout room. It was so funny because it literally started with one camera person. They followed us, and then we started doing this funny scene, and the camera guy was like, okay, bring more cameras, this is good. And we ended up having 3 cameras all on us, like all 3 cameras were on us, like watching this really funny workout scene. And it was hilarious. It was so funny.
Hilarious.
It was so funny, and I was totally expecting they were going to air it because it was so cute and so funny, and they never aired it.
Wah, wah.
Tell us the story about the ring. Okay, so that's a little... we never said anything about that. Hold on. Okay, so the ring... Jalen is funny, blah, blah, blah. Okay. How does your mom feel about Carolina now? Well, that's a little obvious.
No comment.
Yeah, they did hate us together after episode 5. They were like, we're erasing you guys. Oh well. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the ring. See, this is a little love-hate type situation with the show, because obviously on the show they really didn't treat me and Hayden that well. They didn't air anything of us that like made us a cute couple. Like, it always like made me like frustrated and weird. Like I was just like, okay, they're airing all of these cute scenes with like Taylor and Andre. They had a no-match couple relationship going on, and they aired all the cute scenes of them. And I was like, where's me and Hayden's cute scenes? Just because you guys hated us, what the heck? Just because we were the first no-match couple that they couldn't control, and then after we break up and everybody else starts getting into no-match relationships, they're like, oh shit, well, whatever, fuck it. Anyway, so... The ring is, Hayden got this for me as, like, what we said, it's a promise ring.
Appreciation ring.
That's another thing that didn't get aired. The word appreciation that me and Hayden had.
Where's my stepdad?
Hayden's stepdad is here. But, long story short, actually, MTV wanted us at the reunion to propose on stage with this ring, and I told them absolutely not. Nope. I will not have MTV own that moment. I said nope, and they're like, well, can we at least show it? Can we show it in the reunion? And I was like, fine. And
Bo, come here.
They still made a big deal about it. It's just a promise ring, guys.
Sit.
Okay, anything else?
What I'm doing with the $30,000.
Oh yeah.
Paid off my credit card debt. Got a new vehicle. I don't know if you guys saw my new Corvette. Don't worry, it was not an expensive car. I got a hell of a deal on it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been happening. So I didn't like blow my money on a car. I'm going to be launching a t-shirt line here soon with it as well. And then also, I donated $1,000 to a charity group called Humanity and Hope United that helps people in Honduras.
And we will be going there in July.
Mm-hmm. Going there in about 4 weeks.
Woohoo! Hello, Bilo.
And then with the t-shirt company, my plan is every dollar of every shirt sold will continue to go towards the Humanity and Hope group. So, gonna try to work out like a long-term partnership with that group and not just the $1,000 donation. And then, like I said, with like the t-shirt company, if I get the ball rolling on that pretty well, then, like I said, each dollar of every shirt sold will be going towards Humanity and Hope as well. So the money is going towards good causes outside of my vehicle and credit card debt.
Woohoo! Yep. So
maybe a fancier ring someday if you can be good for a little while.
All right.
Well, there's my mom too.
Perfect timing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Sorry it took so long.
I know, 40 minutes.
Honestly, it took so long to finally record
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We were supposed to do this a few weeks ago. Oh, guys, I did not end up getting a boat yet. One of these days, I promise.
One of these.
Dream destination is Greece.
Yes, we want to get married in Greece. Woo woo. And maybe we'll do another one of these lives like next week. Answer like questions that aren't like about the show. And Hayden's mom, you want to say hi?
Hi. Hello.
Okay. Are you finished with reality TV? You'll find out, maybe. Maybe not.
I would call myself retired, but listening to offers.
Listening to offers. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
watching this one. We don't want it to be like longer than it should be, and we also don't want to say things that we should not be talking about.
Same.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.